Give me that sippy cup. Give me them tulips, let me unzip them up. Lick you up and down, I just can't get enough. Damn, give me that sippy cup. Goddamn. Give me that water, give me that gushy stuff. Got me slipping and sliding, hope I don't slip this up. Baby, I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. Till you squirt, 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 squirt. I'ma put it down and work it. I'll slurp you up cause it's worth it. Licking you is my duty. This tongue here, yours truly, girl. No, I don't lick the booty. No, but baby, you is my cutie, girl. Even if you got cooties, this tongue work got you drooling. This foreplay so amusing. I love it when you get moody, girl. Yelling at my face and now I'm yelling at your box. Got your legs up in the air and now you're leaking on the spot. I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. Got your body shaking till you squirt, 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 squirt. Need to quench my thirst. Give me that sippy cup. Give me them tulips, let me unzip them up. Lick you up and down, I just can't get enough. Damn, give me that sippy cup. Give me that water, give me that gushy stuff. Got me slipping and sliding, hope I don't slip this up. Baby, I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. Till you squirt, 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 squirt. I'ma put it down and work it. I'll slurp you up cause it's worth it. I'll slurp you up cause you perfect. Put the work in cause you worth it. Yelling out God, she don't go to churches though. Why she screaming, I'll never know. When I'm in it, sprinkler systems, body shaking, leaking, twitching. Got you dripping, dripping. Quench my thirst is what I'm wishing. Give me that sippy cup. Give me them tulips, let me unzip them up. Lick you up and down, I just can't get enough. Damn, give me that sippy cup. Give me that water, give me that gushy stuff. Got me slipping and sliding, hope I don't slip this up. Baby, I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. I'm a slurp, 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 slurp. Till you squirt, 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 squirt. I'ma put it down and work it. I'll slurp you up cause it's worth it.
Roll up, singing out death hymn, bitch. Looking at the mirror like death hymn, ayy. Chillin' with the reapers, that's death kin. Yeah, ice all over, I'm flexing. Call me Ovechkin, all you my step kids, bitch. Something like God, I'ma step in, ayy. Walking my talk, I'm stepping. Yeah, got him in shock how I step it. Soon as I stepped in.
Hey, soon as I stepped in this part of the country, I started to part bloody burgundy seas. Who could contest against death? I predicted recess in my heart and I kept the receipts. Life is a landfill with lanterns of manners we grew accustomed to, so we had some standards. It's my crime to show you how to land on your feet.
It's going down, we up. I'm calling it magic, they calling it luck. They gave someone else the crown, but I'm still the king without it. How could you doubt it? You was a square, that's why you can't get round it. Say and scheme, you know that we bout it. What the game been missing, I found it. Your life in my hourglass ticking, I'm counting.
Part of these cans, yeah, I call it candy, cause candy with cash is so sweet until you lose a teeth. And your man, them don't understand, so you the shit dang with feet. I live my life when the age, fuck what was done and was said. I recite truth throughout life. Fuck would I ever be scared of the motherfucking dead?
I'm on the edge, don't push me. Yeah, Ebo boy, Ian push me. Ayy, wondering where life took me. What? How it led me to you, it's your B-day. Strip you down in your suit. I don't need guns or a bullet to shoot. I just say the word, all that falls is doom. When you see me, it's the end. Just know that your death coming soon. Goodbye, bitch.
Death coming soon by the splurge. I took the teller you heard. I picked a separate word. I picked the best of atrocious. I'm here to settle the word. I'm here to better the earth. I'm making new out of ocean.
Yeah, rolling up, singing out death hymn, bitch. Looking at the mirror like death hymn, ayy. Chillin' with the reapers, that's death kin. Yeah, ice all over, I'm flexing. Call me Ovechkin, all you my step kids, bitch. Something like God, I'ma step in, ayy. Walking my talk, I'm stepping. Caught him in shock, I stepped in. Soon as I stepped in.
Soon as I stepped in this bitch, I get treated with smiles like presidents. If you are seeking the trial, my presence is costing about the same weight as your prejudice, huh? I don't respond, this is subtle shit. Ain't on my way, I happen to find elegance, huh?
Hey, yeah, this my common flow ain't common though. I'm a Commodore, these niggas more dominoes. Saturn return got me feeling like it's time to go, so I'm staring in the magic mirror like dominoes. Come along, you know this your favorite song, baby. Whip a Toyota in my mind, it's a new Mercedes. Sober lately, been trying to get it together, pouring way more in myself. The rain could not stop this. Ain't rocking these crystals for optics, not a magic at play like Hogwarts. You know that we at war, so I'm loaded and mad focus like God wrote. It's an add dosage of that dope shit, ain't no more hoping. Heart open, purse the beat like surgery till they heard of me. The urgency of leaving this planet didn't occur to me. The 17 dark dreams and odd things happened in reality. That was not me. Fuck that. Toe tags and dirty rags to riches, mad stitches, but the pain made me strong. So when the vision came along, wasn't nothing to write me a new song. Transmuted into righting my wrongs, and now we gone. The worst thing you could ever ask is how long. When the time come along, you'll know it. Real gem from a poet, myself who I owe it to. Even when shit uncomfortable, remember to change the view. Dave B.
Another lecture, ain't no pressure for these peons. By the time they catch up, homie, we gone. Fly out the sky, get you high like the weed strong. Beast to the grave, damn day, we be on. 10 years plus, like car seats, I'm strapped in. Never gotta worry what'd happen if I tapped in. Now I'm the captain, I steer the ship. Saturn return, let it burn, look more, not a spirit rich. I got a fever pitch, living out of Boston. Women cunning view, stunning Steve Austin. Virgo moon, temperament is placid, but walking through my 12 is like tripping off on acid. We got an army of light, you not staring us. Light workers came here to fight, word to Aquarius. I do my shit in the sky, you know it, man. Slap a fool, call me Gemini, man.
Guys, real quick. This is an alternate timeline. I don't have much time. You're entering a portal right now. The timelines are merging. This is going to be very strange. And there's so much. Oh, the connection is going back. No, I don't have much time, guys. Things are going to be super strange over the next few weeks. You must be careful, agents coming for you. Timelines merging. Huge portal. Be very careful. This is crazy. Everything you've ever known is converging together in once. And before the timelines merge, they're going to. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What's up, guys? Welcome to your full moon in Virgo ceremony. I feel like it was like this overlapping timeline. Is that, I don't know what just happened, but yeah, young Sir Oreo. Sir Oreo was here? No fucking way. I haven't seen Sir Oreo in a minute. That's crazy. He tried to warn you guys? I don't know if he's just trolling. That's weird. But yeah, someone just came on my stream. That's crazy. What the heck? Maybe it was an alternate timeline version of somebody, and I don't know. Energy is just really weird right now. So like anything is possible. But like, wow, that's crazy. So it was young Sir Oreo. Oh, he probably didn't have the white hair yet. That's crazy. Holy shit. Oh wow. That's wild. Back when he had game, that's crazy. Peaceful Mirror. Wow. All right, guys. I didn't even want to go there, but shit. Since we're there. Welcome to the final game changer arc. I am going to break down over the next 2 weeks from the full moon in Virgo to the new moon in Pisces, the clusterfuck of really dream magic that's going to change the entire world. Darcy, welcome to God Squad. Thank each and every single one of you investing in this membership. I more than appreciate it. It's my job tonight to break down the 2.5 week process 2 weeks ago that you activated with the new moon, how this energy converted into this final magical perspective, and how over the next week and a half you are going to not only harvest this magical perspective in releasing your intention that you willfully or unknowingly basically activated over the past 2 weeks, and how this is going to set up the most conventionally unconventional maelstrom of perfect events that no one could really have planned and step you into the beginning of the end of the world. Okay, the beginning of the end of the world. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final game changer arc. I'm not really allowed to say it any other way, so I have to refer to it to the final game changer arc. All right. The final game changer arc is the final arc in a set of series of what has been known as the Apocalypse Saga. The Apocalypse Saga low-key began 2017 as like a pre, but it really kicked off 2020 with the pre-apocalypse, let's just say beta test. Yeah. And now we are coming into the real thing, guys. All right. That Hunger Games we went through before. Turns out they lied to us. It was just preliminaries. Can you believe that? The preliminaries? Like we're not real people, and these aren't our real lives. The preliminaries. Well, now we're stepping into the actual thing. Looks like everything up before was just set up everything they're ready to do. And you know what? It's just amazing to know that in 2 weeks, we literally go into a whirlpool that's just going to set up these set of scenarios and circumstances to facilitate a whole new era. I wonder what will come of such. So reasonably, over the next 2 weeks, you're going to understand exactly with supernatural clarity exactly how fucked we all are as a collective. Now, individually, you'll very quickly catch on to how you're going to thrive. But if this was a group test, we probably failed miserably. But it's cool. Some of you did the no, we probably failed miserably. And it's just very frustrating. I feel like a lot of you right now are just very fucking frustrated because you did your part in the group project and you saw other people not really doing the work, just showing up to the meetings on their fucking phone, not really doing anything. And now it's you know, if it was just you getting tested, you would have passed that bitch. But like, of course, the teacher had to grade everything, and now you're just like, fuck, and you know why the group project failed, and it's just like, oh. Well, thankfully, the teachers also know too. The teachers were appalled at the grades. And now they want to go through individually and do that thing teachers do where they write, okay, how much work did you do? And what did you do? And so some of you are going to be graded individually. That's what I'm talking about. What I'm saying, you're going to catch on real quick where, you know, you will thrive because, you know, the whole purpose of the test was to grow through it. So like, you're going to apply that. It's just collectively, you know, we didn't get that passing grade. Yeah. Some of us are like, really? No, we didn't. I mean, we didn't fail that bad, but you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. I would like to be challenged. Maybe we passed with flying colors. Okay. All I'm saying is if you don't know, in a week from now, you will know. You will be very clear. You'll be very clear. And that's going to give you a week from now to prepare for this whirlpool of not just emotions and vibes, but the definition of a new era. Okay. Which is really going to come in next year, in the next 2 years, but this is going to be where it starts happening. All right. The final game changer arc is the most lit arc in the past 20 years, the past 2.5 decades. This is it. You've made it here. Everything you've ever experienced, even concerning your lineage, has prepared you to be in this exact moment. The first part of this final game changer arc is to segue you to the eclipse in about a month from now. The final game changer arc is this Noah's Ark ride. So it lasts about 2 years, aka 8 seasons. Okay. The final game changer arc is about like 8 seasons, give or take. The 2024 season is to introduce you to the perspective, hence it being a game changer, but it is the final game changer centered in Pisces. Out of various game changers we have, of course, initially been in, you get to play direct in this experience, as this full moon over the next 2.5 days will give you a detailed analytical understanding of exactly how exactly how you are harvesting this activation of collective energy. Okay, you are seeing entirely how the dream is being made real, except we don't live in a perfect world. So you're going to understand how the nightmare is lucid in your dream, and how coming into the new moon in Pisces, you are constructing a system of beliefs that have integrity so that you can ride this arc out of the nightmare and into the grand dream. Now, this is just my analogy. You can take with it what you want. You can pick it up to pieces and be like, I don't need all this. Take the core meat, however you want to understand this. This is just my perspective. All right. The final game changer arc leads us to 2025, the New World Order saga. Okay. And the New World Order saga starts off with the Project Revolution arc. Project Revolution is everyone born after 95 and everyone born in the mid to late 80s doing everything they can to actively bust the system now that we have exited elements of the old world. People who are born in 95, 96, and 97 are going to come into their Saturn return, and they are instantly going to spark the new wave of the next era. And this is going to be the initial clapback after the gauntlet of the Hunger Games we're about to go through. I'm not going to sugarcoat any of this. This is going to be one of the darkest periods that we go through. It kind of has to be. We will not have central light for a very long time. Let's go back to 2014 when Jupiter was in Leo, and then we had Saturn go in through Leo in the early 2000s, which really integrated a lot of social activity from the previous cycle. Now we have social distancing where there is no planets in the social signs except for the yearly transits of Venus and Mercury and then the moon. We're not going to have a prominent fire sign transit until 2025 to 2027. And a lot of that is inputting new light fixtures. So it's still going to just be the aftermath of this dark onslaught. Let me put this more into perspective. The only thing in Aries is Chiron. That's it. The North Node is just the shadow of the moon. We do not have any light source. So you need to understand Jupiter in Sagittarius was the last light 2019. And after that, what happened? 2020. This period of darkness before the revolution is the only time that these beings who are in their power can kill you. This is the only time they have to, in that darkness, manipulate false narratives to turn the whole world against you and use their enormous resources to murk you. Don't think these people do not have psychics, astrologers, analyzers, and all sorts of soothsayers as well. Your awakening and your evolution has been prophesied throughout all the eons of age. While people argue over who this Messiah being may be, or while people argue over who these messages talk about, you don't have to see them as allegories or messages of your own potential, but you are getting ready during this period to come into the fullness and completion of your total existence. It's a fancy way of saying you're ascending into your final form. And this is reasonably in their shoes, their only chance in the midst of getting ready to transition to an entire new structure where everything in this world that exists came through the Warring States era of the Naruto period, where you had different nations fighting each other for resources. And for the first time ever in human history, there is the possibility and capability for a one world government structure to exist, given decades worth of United Nations relations with amicable countries and others that they can stage wars against in order to land grab and blah 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 conspiracy blah 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 blah. This is very 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 important, because while they have to deal with this transition, they also have to deal with you, who is inadvertently going to get in their way, even if indirectly, because now you are sparking concepts that they have to get most of the people to believe are not real. You see this embedded in pop culture. You see this embedded in academia, where the deflection of these abilities and techniques are just seen as science fiction, fantasy, pseudoscience. And what happens now when the revolution activates that completely takes this to a whole new level? What happens when that revolution is done through you? Because a series of events are facilitated over, as we can see here with the Saturn, Sun, Mercury. Like Mercury is in Pisces, guys. Your mind right now is literally online to it. So everything up until this point was your mind downloading knowledge. Your mind was downloading knowledge of the next cycle, and now you're getting ready to experience it. Like, oh, time to. So this is it, guys. This is it. The moon is opposite Mercury. It is analyzing the understanding of everything your brain is processing beyond reality, which is a trip. Get ready for the trip. So we are getting ready to see the end of the world, the end Pisces of the world, Saturn. This is bringing a collapse and a natural or gradual end to everything, as Saturn represents a totality. This isn't the first time this has happened before. And like a Saturn return, we see this happen every 28 years. But with Neptune, well, that hasn't happened since the 1800s. And the North Node in Aries is getting ready to rendezvous with these Titans. If we don't see literal tsunamis, there's definitely a lot that will get your attention. So, with that being said, over the next 2 weeks is a very crucial setup. The best part about this is you have carried an intention over the past 2 weeks. I was going to say years. Over the past 2 weeks with the new moon in Aquarius. And now all you have to, there's nothing you have to do. This is the best part about the final game changer arc. This is full on surrender. There is absolutely nothing that you have to do over the next 2 weeks. You are harvesting a perspective. This final game changer arc over the next week and a half is getting ready to totally change the framework of everything you have ever believed in. And it's important to understand that this has been years in the making. So yeah, there are going to be certain events that trigger it, but it's going to really tie together all of your development. We are preparing to activate a new belief, a new awareness of what is beyond everything, beyond the mind. And in order to do that, we need to understand social context. Pisces being antisocial and Virgo being social indicates that this 180-degree angle is giving you a physical, real understanding of how to make sense of this phenomena you will be experiencing, and Saturn will be making very real. This is giving you detailed analysis over the next day and a half of not only how to believe, but in a week from now, when we complete the harvest, the moon in Sagittarius is going to interpret the meaning of the receipts you're being shown. You're going to be shown receipts. There's knowledge God gave you 2 weeks ago. And some of you are like, I believe you, God, but what are you talking about? You're going to see receipts for all of that now. These receipts are going to be interpreted a week from now. And the purpose of these squares are, now that you understand how to believe and then you see the meaning of what you're believing, once we come into the new moon in Pisces, boom, you know what direction to believe in. And that's when we step into the Aries eclipse, and nothing will ever be the same. Possibly warfare, but let's not jump the gun. So yeah, this isn't a cardinal sign, right? This isn't necessarily a fixed sign. The mutable nature of this, and what makes me call it a game changer, is that this is purely mutable. So the difference between this year and next year, or the difference between this full moon versus the full moon next year, is that this one has Jupiter in Taurus. Next year, we're going to have the full moon in Virgo with the sun in Saturn. And you know what? Let me show you. While Jupiter is in Gemini. All right. Oh, right. Oh, God. Interesting. So Jupiter being in Gemini is going to activate a full magical understanding of really giving words to the experience. But what Jupiter and Taurus is doing before then is it's strengthening the quality of the experience so that you can even perceive it in the first place. So based on this strength and connection, this is going to segue into next year, where we actually change. This is like the true game changer. All right. So this year, 2024, is taking this game changer and taking a lot of this end and it is fulfilling an integration and understanding of what is happening all throughout from May of 2024 to May of 2025. You are going to understand the totality of what has been happening and what's been happening. This is going to be a source of very narrative clashes with the square of Saturn to Gemini. And then once that has been overcome, 2025 is going to direct the direction we take this. This is where it's like we're adjusting and then boom, we're going to go here. You need to be very excited. That's ooh. So of course we're charging the strength to actually produce this effect and activate that finally. And yeah, very beautiful specs here. Very beautiful specs here. As you can see, the moon is literally directly opposite Mercury. So right now, as we speak, you're literally coming into an analytical understanding of how to make sense of this hippy dippy bejesus. Okay. There are a lot of abstract concepts that you're going to have to accept and actively understand on the spot. But this is also going to unveil how much you have developed, because it's almost going to seem too easy for you to do this, almost as if you've been being trained for this your whole life. All right. So, okay, once again, the first part of this is the moon in Virgo. Okay. The opposition opposite Saturn is fucking harsh. Thankfully, we have horny Lilith over here, who literally just exists as sex for pleasure's sake, which says a lot. But this is what's going to add a very interesting level of spice to how realistically you can really integrate this understanding of the dream you are dreaming, or the dream we are dreaming. Okay. It's a fancy way of saying it's the Virgo sass clapback. So when Pisces is just like, oh, I believe this, and then Virgo's like, you ain't got no facts though. You ain't got no facts though. Where are your facts though? It's just more of a sass. It's just more of like a stickling. This is why Virgos are very sassy right now. They have Lilith, and it's spicy though. It's spicy though. It adds a lot more tinge. It also it adds a lot more sexual nature to everything they do. But yeah, so there is now a very taboo and very controversial nature to this full moon that Saturn here will construct into reality. What this full moon is saying is, be very careful of what you fantasize as well, because it's going to become real. And the whole purpose of that is, what does that say about you, where now you're experiencing the imagination versus reality? Saturn is testing integrity here. Is it uncomfortable? Can you not match it up? Then you can't handle it. Is it a breeze? Did you just make your dream come true? Oh shit. Oh shit. So yeah, this is basically the whole purpose of this harvest. Let's now make this very clear once again. If we go back to 2 weeks ago, started the new moon or whatever. In Aquarius. So what is it that we're harvesting? We're harvesting this new moon in Aquarius. Okay. Shout out to the imaginary base. It's okay. Okay. The new moon in Aquarius was what we activated 2 weeks ago, that we began to integrate when the moon was in a Taurus. When the moon was in the Taurus. So that 90-degree angle, right, was what took those seeds and started to break them through the ground. Okay. So why is that important? First of all, forget the fact that a month ago and this month, or this new moon, we activated supernatural energy that extremely awakened your capacity to not only harness the force as an energy source, but also manipulate it in your immediate reality and warp the reality. Okay. It was square Uranus having you ground unconventionally radical concepts that your entire life you were taught was just science fiction. So how do we make sense of such a concept? How is it that we make sense and actually perceive and experience what to believe about this? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the full moon in Virgo. Okay. What you activated, okay, you are now experiencing. This is what I'm saying. There's nothing you have to do to how do I experience it? You are going to be unfolded this based on everything that you did the past 2 years, especially if you were a part of the ceremony. You activated an intention and you, of course, carried it. Now you're releasing it. Those crops are harvesting, and you are going to initially, right now, understand how. Okay. So the moon now trining Jupiter and Uranus is going to increase the natural quality of how physically you feel into this experience. The seeds that broke through the ground when the moon was in Taurus activated a strengthening of how much physically you sense this, because especially if you're talking about a realm that's beyond the physical, Uranus and Jupiter is expanding, even if subtly, as this is a gradual process that takes a while. Uranus a few years, Jupiter a year. You are subtly strengthening the natural quality of how your senses can sense this. So what you activated, you are now fully experiencing. This is changing your behavior because you are integrating in your behavior the enhancement of your natural physical senses that now allow you to understand at a much stronger level what the fuck you're perceiving. And what does Pisces answer? Why? Why are you perceiving it? So Virgo is how. You are understanding how. You are perceiving why. You are aware of what you're perceiving. That was purposefully confusing. But basically, yes. So today is going to start to pull the receipts. Once the moon starts to trine Jupiter and Uranus, the receipts are about to now increase in unconventional clarity and how much more spot on it's making sense of everything. And this is where we want to highlight the totality of Saturn that will actively tie together the meaning of everything that is, say it with me, happening. So now by the time the moon is opposite Neptune, this is mind blowing you with a pinpointed accuracy of synchronicities that kick off this game changer, which begins to harvest not only the shift in perspective due to receipts revealed that actively change the way you look at every situation in your life, but also help you understand how to actually utilize and experience the effect of your awakened supernatural abilities. Pause for dramatic effect, because we're just getting started. This is just the beginning of that. Like we didn't even get to the good part. Moon opposite Neptune is you looking at the reflection of your dream and your dream looking at it back. So you're literally understanding how to create this coming into 6 months from now when we will be in Virgo season. Boom. All right, cool. Once the moon goes into Libra, literally all hell breaks loose. Okay. This is going to begin to apply receipts that the moon in Virgo will snitch to you, because Virgo ain't no snitch, but Virgo is going to tell you these receipts. And see, the very interesting quality about this, with Virgo, that is King Kung-sing Aquarius, this is going to reveal insight that blatantly contradicts maybe a lot or everything that you have been revealed prior. So when I say all hell breaks loose, This is going to be through the presentation of these facts and detailed analysis to establish a transformational, because this is making a 210-degree angle with the 8th-degree Pisces sun, hence a Scorpio signature, balanced understanding of how you are cracking these people's backs with facts, because you don't play that shit. And you already went on a 3-month I told you so tour coming from October to December. This is going to completely begin to transform 8th house signature, the belief, because what is the purpose of this social moon tour? You are dealing with a universal narrative, and you are dealing with a personal belief about yourself. Moon in Virgo is giving you receipts about how to make sense of that socially with other people outside of just yourself, or outside of just your individual perspective. So this is what completes and harvests the perspective, because Virgo can give you a reality check, or Virgo can literally with the facts confirm what you believe. This is where now we get a balanced social understanding, because now this change of your perspective and behavior, well, now you're going to understand in Libra how to take those actions. Well, now that I understand this is it, let me do this here. Let me do this with this person. And this is now actively transforming your beliefs. But all hell is going to break loose, because the moon on the south node, as well as trining the god of war and Venus, is going to instigate drama right in front of your eyes, merely just because of how tantalizing it is. And as you are activating all of this transformation, it will force you to make a very important decision relative, especially with the sun on Saturn. Like, this is the contract day. This is the day you make the contract with your brain and Saturn. Are you going to commit to what it is you are presenting, which may go against the social trend and current of what is either popular or widely accepted? We want to look at the moon in social Libra to Venus and Aquarius being equivalent to a hypothetical situation where a social media post actually grows viral and is now spoken on a collective broadcasting network that the whole world sees, just like that. Okay, that's vague enough to apply to basically everything that could possibly happen during those days. But we want to look more at the social trend and current towards what's popular versus original, novel, raw ideas that may not be politically correct, but is actually authentic, honest, and God damn it, true. We don't necessarily want to set, though, this dichotomy that one has to be right and one has to be wrong. My bad. But this is going to really be your decision. This is going to also really influence what you commit to for the next 30 years. Crazy. Whether you kind of admit it or not, like, this is what's going to activate. I dare say the end of February is the most important couple of days of the month. This is insane. This is ridiculous. Okay, cool. Once we step into Moon in Scorpio, you are not only understanding the transformation of this perspective, you are actively coming into the sauce and understanding the higher wisdom of this transformation of your beliefs. You are now, after taking these actions to present these receipts, coming into the psychological understanding of the effect that this transformation has caused through coming into buku secrets. This moon in Scorpio is going to hit so much different, especially because the square of Mars and Venus will be unrelenting while also being opposite Zeus and freaking Uranus. So this is harvesting such a transformation in how deeply you feel strongly connected to these beliefs. With Saturn, that will also be imagineering this construction of the integrity of your beliefs to not only establish reality warping and telepathic channels, but by the time we complete this harvest with the moon in Sagittarius of vision, you will not only be seeing this, you will be understanding what it is you're seeing and how it is you're seeing and the meaning of what you're seeing. Remember, this is a game changer. So what is game changing is the harvest and full complete experience of supernatural abilities you have spent the better half of the past couple of decades awakening. And there's nothing you have to do. All you have to do is just experience it. And surrendering to the experience, it's going to change your perspective. And that's what's going to prepare you to actually set this new belief. It's important for you to understand that everything that you perceive now, you're going to perceive the opposite in 2 weeks. That was extreme and probably not necessarily entirely accurate. But like there's a certain way you're entering this portal that once you begin to step into the new moon is going to be completely night and day. It's going to be opposite. Why? That can only presuppose you're getting ready to be revealed some salacious shit. And that's what brings me back to Lilith. This full moon is on Lilith. Whether all through the world news to your own personal life, you're going to be revealed some salacious, and that could be as, salacious as getting some sexual photos from someone out of nowhere. Like this is it. This is going to this is going to be the flavor of this. And it's not even as simple as, oh, you just got exposed. This is actively triggering a domino effect that's going to continue to bring the beginning of the end of the universe. So once the moon starts to trine Neptune, you're going to come into the deepest synchronicities that will transform your understanding and metaphysical properties and also fully etch in your extrasensory perception, especially opposite Uranus. Okie dokie. I want to really speak on that because the moon in Virgo is going to prepare you with the receipts so that when it's in Scorpio, you're coming even deeper. So the moon in Virgo is establishing the fact, and then you're presenting it in Libra. That's what's going to allow you even deeper receipts. It's like the moon in Virgo, you use your super magic powers to realize this bitch has been talking shit. That's crazy. Why would this bitch talk shit about me? I'm only like the coolest person ever. And then the moon goes into Libra. And now remember, you came into this realization of the belief that some bitch was talking shit about you. And then the moon came into Libra and you present the receipts. Bitch, were you talking shit? No, I wasn't fucking talking shit. Bitch, look at the receipts. Oh, and now you have transformed the belief because now you have confirmed, indeed, this bitch was talking shit about you. That's crazy. And now the final part of this harvest with the moon in Scorpio, now that you have already transformed the belief because you realize through the presentation of receipts, now the person's like, okay, I was talking shit, I ain't shit. Now the moon in Scorpio is coming into extra wisdom based on those receipts. It's like, well, now that you know that I've been talking shit about you, I was only talking shit about you because now you're gaining extra sauce, extra wisdom. And the Neptune trine is going to tie together all sorts of convoluted backstories and plots that you never even thought was possible to even be in what's going on. This trine is going to be vicious. All right. It's going to force you to dream bigger when it comes to your psychic potential and how you are getting ready to ascend, as everything that you were revealed is going to now 270-degree Capricorn signature complete the full understanding of the meaning of everything you just harvested. So by this point, you have completed the harvest. You have now converted this knowledge of your awakened God self into now experiencing the full nature of your final form. And the way it happens is very strange, like slipping into a rabbit hole and realizing that your potential was pretty much in front of your face the entire time. And now you present this to people who are uncomfortable because they can't necessarily manipulate and control you anymore. So now you're clearly the bad guy because we're giving you an opportunity to just let us manipulate you. Like, why do you have to feel like you're special or you're different from other people? Like, just let us control you a bit. Like, it's not that deep. You're not some philosopher. We just want to manipulate you. That's it. We just want to possibly, completely rape you a little bit. Like, we just want to manipulate you. And for some annoying reason, you're going to decide not to do that. The audacity for you to not let us fuck you over. I don't know what's wrong with you, but be prepared for the consequences. Like, that's how this arc is starting. It's so fucking strange. Anyway, yes, this is going to now apply this change. The important thing about this signature is that you're coming into a full realization and meaning. The closing quincunx this is making to the Taurus energy is now applying this understanding to transform the way you harness your natural energy. Mind you, this is all 11th house to it. So this is it. This is where you're experiencing the I used to only be able to last 1 minute in bed. Now I can last 5. That's a whole 5 minutes. That's a whole 5 minutes. First of all, that's a whole 5 minutes. Okay. Don't hate. That's a whole 5 minutes. All right. You know, sex time is not the same as real time. There's 5 minutes real time with you just sitting in a chair or doing something, and then there's 5 minutes in sex, which feels like probably like 15 minutes. But it is. Okay. So yes, that's a 5 times improvement, baby. 500% improvement. You know the confidence I have now talking to women? Just be like, yo, I could rock your world for 300 seconds. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. It's not, I ain't got no 1 minute. I ain't got no 1 minute, yo. And then they always look at me like, oh my God, 300? That's like 100 more than 200. And they start giggling like, oh. And now they call me Mr. 300 for some reason. I don't understand why. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's just like my game skyrocketed. I don't know. This is brimming with confidence. It's just like they know, like, oh my God, like that's crazy. And you know, we're not going to stop at 300 seconds. But yes, this is the level of completion that you will see when the moon is in Sagittarius. But ladies and gentlemen, even though we will be, I like how I started talking about that 20 people fell off. Like, no, I'm not trying to see this motherfucker talk about sex. All right, hold on. Even though we are completing the Aquarius cycle through Pisces, we are only just beginning the fuckery. Okay, so let's do a week recap. All right. From now until a week from now, okay, you are getting ready to uncover every receipt. I have to say there's a totality here. This is going to hit a lot harder if, one, you've already finished your Saturn return, okay, and two, if you're older than 30. People who are like Pluto Virgo, Pluto Libra, even Pluto Leo, they're going to have an innate full understanding of what's happening. Unlike people who are not even 30 yet, they still haven't had their Saturn return, who are still just fresh and new to this world, getting to know how this world works. So this is going to hit very hard. And you're going to see 30 plus years of development come into the finest detailed clarity of how fucked we are. I mean, of how we're making the dream real. Okay? And as you get ready to apply this harvest of perspective, and this prepares to now help you synthesize meaning. Let's take this as an experiment. You're taking a theory, and the moon in Virgo is going to let you see that this theory has basis in reality. You're going to understand how it has basis in reality, and then you're going to interpret by the completion what it means. Happy birthday, Yaya. I don't know why I thought you were Scorpio. That's wild. But yes, you're going to understand. Oh, no, I get it. You're going to understand what that means. Okay. Oh, I was talking about another guy. My bad. So this is where the fuckery begins. We can blame both Sagittarius and Pisces. Normally, we just blame Pisces for everything. But this is one of those rare instances where we can fully blame Sagittarius's chaos creating and loving ass for the fuckery that will just spiral out of control. Now, thankfully, this will give you the ability to take this completed perspective and through the completion phase and balsamic arc, release it so that we can plant new seeds with the new moon in Pisces. Okay. The process to that is as follows. This perspective is going to completely and outrageously change your perspective because of the sauce and the secrets revealed through the moon in Scorpio. What for better or for worse, this is going to direct what actions you take to direct this perspective through the moon in Capricorn. Everything in the moon in Virgo with the full moon, you understood how to actually behave and perceive this enhanced level of strength and energy. You are now understanding how to utilize. You are not only understanding how to utilize, you are coming into the rewards of career, which is the powerful introduction to your God self. And that's really just an analogy for your collective self, the facet of yourself that you can access, which is beyond the physical. Maybe you've been taught that it doesn't exist, but the series of events that occur will make this more real for you than ever. And simultaneously also confirm that you've never not used this facet of yourself, but collectively it is being unveiled from the shadows with which overhuman history has been actively hidden to be made what it's not, amongst other things. This is also going to really help you understand the integrity of those who coral around your dream. This is very important because once the moon goes into Sagittarius, we're in a God dream. This is the God level. We are now approaching the elite signature. Moon in Aqua, Moon in Pisces. And this is going to upset the balance with no social understanding, as you're going to have to move more forward in faith than ever, especially once the moon goes over Pluto. This is like the second time the moon is going over Pluto since Pluto entered Aquarius. So in the darkness of the balsamic, you have been unveiled over the past week and a half what to believe, how to believe it, and the meaning of it. You may be faced with ultimatums and extreme situations where you only have your faith in what you believe in the arc you're riding to move forward with it. That's the test of the balsamic phase in applying everything you've been revealed. Once that light is now in the shadow, do you fall apart into unconscious habits, or do you take what you integrated in the sixth house and now change those unconscious habits? Because with Mars and Venus, this is not only going to revisit the Lilith spiciness and heat things up, even though it's detached, the square to Jupiter and Uranus is going to heighten the sensitivity, the energy, and the full-on realization and knowledge of the legendary hidden secrets that will also bring a more breadth of understanding to what you presented while the moon was in Libra. This is going to feel like a delusion that is not even like much like a sci-fi dream. All right, there's certain things we're going to be processing through here that you wouldn't even believe you'd be saying. Anyway, after that, boom, we step into the new moon. And I will reconvene with you guys in 2 weeks so we can speak on that. So that's basically that, guys. This is the final game changer arc. It's going to activate this final game changer in 2 weeks. And I just wanted to explain how you are harvesting this perspective to prepare for the direction you will be taking your arc that you're riding, or the water you're walking on. This is you literally understanding how to walk on water. All right, Matthew 13, right? So let's do a pick a card reading. I'm going to draw 3 cards, and I won't even really describe the meaning of the card. I want you to make up a meaning for it and what it tells you. All right. Now that you've released this intention, you are going to, of course, understand a whole lot of, what it is you've harvested, because what you reap is what you sow. Okay, what you sow is what you reap. Knight of Pentacles. You're creating consistency and utility. This is also going to bring to a full clarity and realization the understanding of the full utilization of your imagination. I have YouTube videos below of the law of assumption, which will enable you to experience immediate results just through practicing this. Now that this transit has aligned this for you to be as effortless as breathing. So this is the magical technique you are awakening through this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Underlying theme we have here is the 9 of Swords. Given the perceptual mutability and fluctuation of perspectives and heightened sensitivity, this portal is bringing you out of the dark night of the soul. Not to say that every one of you have to be in the dark night of the soul, but this is having you process a godly level of psychic attack that can feel at the most intense level, or the beginning of the most intense level of being jumped by a whole committee. And this is you fighting that good fight. This 9 of Swords is, for intents and purposes, literally demon slaying. Okay, especially with the 5 of Wands, that struggle. So this is having you process a lot of subconscious and unconscious fears and to really kind of deal with them at once. The reason why we're getting this is in uncovering and overcoming this. This is going to reveal so much more treasure through this. Okay. So we're going to start with pile number 1. The card you pick is going to really be the technique you awaken for how you overcome this. Okay. Pile 1, card 1. We have the 6 of Wands, the Lord of Victory. All right, you fucking winning. And the reason why this is important is some of you may have felt like you've been fighting alone. All right, this isn't even so much of a technique as much as you're going to really, in shifting your perspective, come into greater popularity, momentum, and quite literally victory and support from those who have always admired you because of also your integrity and, you know, the weight of what you're moving forward with. This is really important because the 9 of Swords you're going through, pile 1, is not imposter syndrome. Some of you are feeling it's imposter syndrome. It's an active projection to deter you from being confident. It is a psychic attack where you're being told you ain't shit. You're not valuable. Now, I want you to comment a 1 if this is accurate for you, even if you pick the pile or not, where you're almost sensing this vibe invisibly, where it's detonating and minimizing all of your accomplishments. Like, oh, that's not even important. That's not even this. That's not even really like that. And you're about to realize, bitch, it is like that. That's you to the forces. Like, bitch, it's always been. I've always been that motherfucker. And you've been getting this from pure jealousy, the innovation of what it is you're doing, the threat of people who are afraid of seeing you shine, so they don't even want to work with you because they're afraid the spirit is like, you're a dumbass. Oh, they're calling you a dumbass because they showed you the red flags, but your heart is so pure. Your heart is so pure. You don't look at stuff like, oh, I'm trying to compete with the person. You're generally trying to help. So you would not necessarily think that, oh, someone really wouldn't want to work because they know you're going to get more attention than them. Even though you had the intuition of it and your spirit guides were showing you the red flags, I think you gave people the benefit of the doubt. But like, regardless, this is a solid, powerful victory. Okay. This is you stepping forward majestically and coming into really great rewards. This is your final game changer. It's through your own actions, literally. And you know the rest, okay? So pile 2, card 2. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of the Thrones of the Earth. This is greater financial maturity and responsibility, but really a bunch of freaking money, a lot of goddamn money. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles could be a familiar, an avatar, a spirit guide, a grandmother, a mother, a girlfriend, a wife, someone who helps you manage your money and is just such a greater presence in your life. But I feel this is you. For some of you, this is you. Like you're coming into the maximum level of efficiency that, in fact, that's the coolest thing. Like with the Queen of Pentacles, you're coming into so much more money, not because you're getting more money, because of the way you're investing what you already have and how you spend your money. It's literally maximizing a lot of your efficiency. For some of you, it is a sugar mama. But you know, it's definitely very, very, very dope. And that Nine of Swords is interesting because comment two of this applies to you. I feel like some people were trying to kind of feel like you can say these are subconscious reflections, but this is not imposter syndrome. Like you got this invisible vibe that you're not worth shit. Like, oh, you think you think what you're doing is valuable, but it's really not. You're making very fiscally irresponsible decisions with your money. And it turns out that was a goddamn fucking lie. And like actually you're basically innovating and still keeping a very grounded, mature level of how it is you actually operate your income. Okay. So Queen of Pentacles really is just talking about overcoming financial difficulty and worries, all right, that were unfounded in what if scenarios and were never really real. Okay, you were always killing it. So finally, we have pile three, card three, 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 three. What we got? We got the Wheel of Fortune. You're winning the lottery. Okay. If you pick pile three, you are activating an expansion journey that's going to take you beyond everything that you thought was possible. So you're going to be aligned with your destiny, being at the right place at the right time. Okay. This is a big win. And I feel like with the Nine of Swords, you've been feeling, whereas pile 1 and 2 may have been psychically attacked, pile 3, I feel like for you, this actually is genuine anxiety because your psychic senses are picking up what's to come, but you don't see or process it physically. And it feels outside your comfort zone, and you may not know how to feel about it. And this anxiety, most of it is actually excitement. It's almost like excited nerves. And what is the deception part of it is other people don't know you're getting ready to come into this. So you may be sensing this sense of like you're squandering your opportunity, you're not doing what you're meant to do. If you pick pile 3, there could have been this overarching sense that you're not living the life you're meant to live, that the decisions you made through the past few years of your life probably took you down a wrong path. And well, that was a fucking lie. This is actually going to confirm that you have always been at the right place at the right time. And like the thing with the Wheel of Fortune is you're not going to see this coming. Like this, you're winning the lottery over the next 2 weeks. This is the game changer that's going to evolve you to the next level. Okay. Super gangster, super fucking gangster. Shout out to Christian Dixie. He knows exactly what that's about. He won on the Wheel of Fortune. So this is in advance. This is fortune. This is literally fortune that you're coming into. And I think that's beautiful for all cards. This is not very surprising because this is the final game changers. This is literally the last full and new moon of the season before we have the Aries eclipse. And that's a reset. It's not just the Aries season. It's Aries with the North Node Chiron. So it's a reset. It's a reboot. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. You guys are fucking amazing per usual. You stay blessed as always. And until next time, peace.